Good morning, folks. The time is 10:53 a.m. That's right, it's another late start for me because, well, I slept in a little bit. That's right, 10:53 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the 11th of May 2025, and we know that's the 12th for my friends on the other side of the planet, my friends in the Philippines, my friends in New Guinea, my friends in Indonesia, my friends in Australia, and you know what? My friends in Melbourne. How's everybody doing? I got one friend in Melbourne as far as I know, and his name is Jody Roberts. He's a great guy. How you doing, Jody? But anyways, folks, how's everybody doing everywhere? My name's Lee. I'm the guy who started the groups. Well, I thought it was funny. I say groups because there's two of them, my friends. I started two groups called Well, I Thought It Was Funny. And you, my friends, are you. You're awesome. You're amazing. And how do I know that? Well, we're awesome and amazing because of what you folks have brought to our groups. That's right. We were nothing before you folks got here, and we are something now, aren't we? We are over 700. Let me take a look. 728,600 members. That's incredible. More people than many cities on the planet. So you know what I like to call us? More people than many cities on the planet. So you know what I like to call us? The funniest city on the planet, population, you and I, funny people in a funny place, and oh my gosh, do we make people laugh. We do a great job at making people laugh, folks, and that's why we're awesome. What are you doing today, friends? I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'll tell you what I did yesterday, too. Well, yesterday, I finally got off my butt, and I replaced that TV that I've been talking about replacing for the last few days. And, I managed to strain my back, taking it down the stairs. Fantastic. And then got it up onto the shelf there, and that was about it. After that, my back was kind of wrecked for the day. I was a little uncomfortable for the rest of the day, and then to top it off, after just sort of trying to relax, trying to get comfortable all day, I thought it was time for bed. But I'll go sit down on the couch in the living room for a couple minutes, spend some time with the cats. Yeah, I fell asleep almost immediately, and I slept for about an hour and a half sitting up, which is another bad thing for my back. So, went to bed with a sore back, and I didn't sleep very well, and it was late, very late. And when I did get up, it was late again. I woke up late, and then today, and then I started my day today. Today, when I got up this morning, had a coffee, phoned my mom, wished her a happy Mother's Day. Don't forget to wish everybody, all the mothers out there, a happy Mother's Day. And if you're a mother, happy Mother's Day to you. So anyways, I did that, and then of course I started the video. And then later on today, if I have it in me, I'm going to try to get the TV there up onto the wall, onto the mount on the wall. If not, I might sit there for another day. I am sore. And other than that, we have a great spaghetti meal planned for today, and that's it, my friends. What's going on in your life? Lizzy Grin commented on yesterday's video, let us know that she slept in as much as the cat would let her, and then when she got up, it was time for a cup of coffee and some raisin toast for breakfast. And then after that, she was tackling the dishes, and then probably some laundry, and then baking an apple pie for Mom because it's Mother's Day, as I mentioned. Awesome. Sounds like a great day, Lizzy. Except for the laundry and the dishes, but hey, those are the things we got to do as humans, right? Unfortunately. And then I heard from my friend Dave Knapp. Dave Knapp got himself some new glasses, my friends, and I got a photo before and after. He also says he needs a haircut. Rock that long hair, my friend, unless, I can't, although I used to. So, be proud of that long hair and rock it. It looks good, my friend. But thanks for sharing that, Dave. Those glasses look great, too. Dave says he's been a little bit under the weather, and sorry to hear that, Dave. And, Dave and his family have been going through some hard times lately with some, one of their sons having medical issues, the other son was having some legal issues. And you know what? If you can send him some positive thoughts and some prayers, I'm sure that won't hurt at all, my friends. So, thank you for sharing your days with us, Dave. Thank you for sharing your days with us, Lizzy. And folks, we want to hear about your day. We really do. You don't have to share a bunch of details or anything. I'm not, I don't have a dossier on you that I'm trying to fill out. Just kind of trying to make a connection. I think it's kind of interesting when I hear about your days. That gives us something to talk about in these videos, right? So if you do want to share what you're doing today, and it doesn't matter if it's exciting or if it's mundane, If I hear from you, that's exciting. Just drop a comment on this video. And if you want to share some photos, I'll share the photos too. But we're just happy to hear about your day. So come on, folks. Let's hear about you. Let's make this community feel like a community. All right. I've got some, number one, I got to quit starting every segment with all right. But I started with all right. So, all right. I've got some great posts that I want to share with you today. Now, they're not for me, of course. First one is from Michelle Finnerty. You know that name. Michelle Finnerty is our top poster in both of our groups, my friends, and she has been for a long time. She posts awesome stuff, and that's why I'm sharing an awesome post today from her. And the other one is from my wonderful, beautiful wife, Wendy. And both of these posts made me laugh really hard. And both of them are ones that I saw this morning. I didn't do a lot of research last night like I usually do, folks, for these videos. I just was uncomfortable. So I did all my research this morning, found these two great posts, and they both made me laugh. So we're going to start with Michelle's, bringing that up right now. And, as soon as you start acting old, you become old, folks. This really made me laugh. So thank you very much, Michelle. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm never ever going to act right. Appreciate that very much. Next one, as I said, is from my beautiful, wonderful wife, Wendy. And this made me laugh really hard this morning. She sent this directly to me. Folks, that is funny. Bring it up a little bit just in case. The text was a little small. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you to everybody for your posts. That's why we're such a great site. That's why 728,000, whatever it is now. That's why 728,000 people have decided this is a great place, because it's funny. And it's only funny because of you folks. So keep sharing that funny stuff, folks. And maybe I'll feature your post tomorrow. So where are we? Well, okay, I know I'm in Calgary, but that's about all I got going. Let's take a look. I started off by telling you what time it was. And I'm so sorry for starting late, my friends. Then I told you what the date was on my side of the planet. And then I told you what the date was on the other side of the planet. Sorry it's Monday for you folks. That's right, my friends in Australia, my friends in Melbourne. Happy Monday. And, sorry. Then I asked about your days. I told you about my day yesterday, my day today. I told you about Lizzy Grin's day yesterday. I told you about my friend Dave and getting his, Dave Knapp, getting his new glasses, being a little under the weather. Folks, and I want to talk about your day. You just got to leave a comment on this video and I'll talk about your day tomorrow. But thank you to Lizzy and thank you to Dave for sharing what they were doing yesterday. And then from there, I featured a couple of great posts. One from Michelle Finnerty and one from my beautiful, wonderful wife, Wendy. And then from there, I think we got to here. And then from here, you know where I'm going? I'm going right to the bad jokes. Oh, I seem to have strained my voice. I'm going to let my buddy Manfred do the next joke.
So there was this old English hunting club in Upper Oxfordshire. And all of these octogenarians who drank a lot of scotch and went on these massive hunting trips and fishing trips all over the world used to meet there every single Saturday and discuss all of the hunts and great adventures they've been on. And there was this one guy who basically ruled the club. The guy had all the biggest mounts, all the biggest stories. The guy was just a complete bombast ass, in all honesty. And his name was Titherington. And there was another fellow who was also at this club. A really meek and timid fellow with spectacles. His name was Smedley. And Smedley was a great sportsman, but none of the other hunters wanted to hear his stories because Smedley hunted insects. So while all of the great hunters had all their mounts and wildebeest, gazelle, lion, all that, all festooned across the walls of this great sportsman hall, Smedley had these little mirror boxes with insects, butterflies, crane flies, larvae. I mean, he traipsed through the worst conditions all over the planet to collect these, but nobody wanted to hear his story. So he got really PO'd and finally one day said, you know what, I'm going to go on a real expedition and kill something big and come back here and show these guys, you know what I'm saying? So he goes off to Africa, right? Comes back a month later, walks into the clubhouse Saturday morning with the largest male lion's head mount anyone's ever seen. He walks over to his table, he takes down his shadow boxes of crane flies and maggots essentially, and puts this great big mount up on the wall. Well, everyone was listening to Titherington, but they all gravitated and came over to listen to Smedley. He starts a story. He says, so, gentlemen, there I was, on the Serengeti. And me guide says to me, he says, Smedley, my good man, you go and wait over there in that thicket with your rifle cocked, and I'll flush the great beast towards you. I said, oh, of course, man. I of course have got this. So he leaves and goes off, and I wait, and I'm perched. My rifle's cocked. 5 minutes passes, nothing. 10 minutes passes, nothing. 15 minutes, nothing. Then all of a sudden, in a great flurry, birds departing to the sky, this great beast comes pouncing towards me, and I shit my pants. Well, Titherington, of course, is listening to this story, and he's in the background. He comes and goes, oh, well, Smedley, my good man. Us both have been involved in this precarious situation once or twice ourselves. Smalling our trousers is nothing to be ashamed of, my good man. It's a perfectly natural thing to happen. And Smedley looks to Titherington and tells him quite plainly, oh, Tithering, you twit. I didn't mean bark in Africa. I meant right now when I said, I shit my pants.
After playing guitar for years, I thought I would try piano. Turns out that's one tough instrument to pick up. Why was the math book upset? It had way too many problems. You know, I got a lot of growing up to do. I realized that yesterday while I was sitting in my fort. As a kid, I was forced to walk the plank. Oh, we couldn't afford a dog. Speaking of dogs, where should you never take your dog? To the flea market. I'm pretty sure my last words are going to be something like, I wonder what this button does. You know, I've never beaten my computer at a game of chess, but turns out I am way better at kickboxing than it is. What's the single hardest trick to land as a skateboard? Getting a job. Finally, somebody sent in a video of them telling a joke. Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful, Manfred. By the way, folks, Manfred is basically a brother from another mother. I've known Manfred since Cub Scouts in grade 3, actually. That's when I first met Manfred. And that's a long time ago, folks. That's another millennia. What was it? Grade 3. I'm guessing that'd be 1981, I think is when I met Manfred. We were just little kids. And we've been friends ever since. Manfred is my brother from another mother. And Manfred, thank you so very much for sending in the joke. We also posted that joke by itself yesterday because it's funny. And I've heard that joke a long time ago. And I've always thought that joke was funny. And boy, did that make the joke segment long, eh? Awesome. And you know what? I want you to send me in some jokes, my friends. Send your jokes to jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny. And if you feel like it, I would love if you recorded yourself telling a joke, just like Manfred did. And I would feature it in one of these videos. I, of course, would let the world know it was you. And I'll thank you like I'm thanking Manfred right now. Send your jokes. And if you feel like it, send your videos of your jokes to jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. I want to tell your jokes. You're a funny person. Let's show the world how funny you are. Send in your jokes and send in that video of you telling a joke, my friend. Jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. Folks, you know, I haven't asked you to do this for a long time, but when you're out and about peopling today, if you're out and about peopling today, try to make somebody laugh. If you do, you've made their day better. I mean, you're already making people laugh with what you're sharing here. Let's see if we can do it out in the real world. If you see somebody today and you're talking to them, if you make them laugh, you've made their day better. Doesn't matter if their day's good or bad at the moment. You've made it better by making them laugh, my friends. And you know what? If you can, make sure that you laugh too, because you're as important as anyone else. You're making people laugh. You deserve to have fun too. You deserve to be happy, and you deserve to laugh. All right, folks, I'm going to drop a couple of quick ads there for our store. I'm going to make a proper ad one of these days, but that's where you can get our great coffee cups. That's where you can get these great sweatshirts. They look great. They're great quality. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to throw these 2 cheesy ads up. Then we're going to come right back and we're going to do a good wrap-up, I promise.
I've seen the style before. Terminal psychotic.
All right, folks, really quick. We have a great store where we've got these fantastic coffee cups. We've got hoodies. We got shirts. Heck, we got shirts. Look at this. We got shirts. This is my 3/4 sleeve rock shirt, like they call it. Why do I call it that? Because it reminds me of concert shirts that I used to get when I go to concerts. I still get them. I still go to concerts. That's what this reminds me of. We got shirts. We got hoodies. We got a regular t-shirt. I'm going to bring that up right now. You can see all 3 of them right there, my friends. They look great. They're great quality, and they're going to look good on you because you're already a gorgeous looking person. Gorgeous looking person. Great design. Wow. Unstoppable. Told you I got a coffee cup. I also got a 25-ounce to-go cup. Really good quality cup. Keep your hot beverages hot, your cold beverages cold, and look good and represent the group at the same time. What else do I have? Oh my gosh, my friends, you're not going to believe this. I got a tote bag. I'm sorry, I sound like an idiot. I got this great tote bag. That's Rose Glad there with her tote bag saying not only is it good for groceries, it's good for books. And as you can see right there, it's great for hauling around your rubber chickens. Thank you, Rose. That rocks, and you rock, Rose. Folks, check out our store. We got a lot of cool stuff there, and I'm sure there's going to be something there for you. And if you buy one of our shirts or our hoodie or one of those coffee cups, or we have a phone case, we've got stickers. Let's see how you represent, my friends. So visit the store at store.wellithoughtitwas.com. Thanks for sitting through that, folks. I am not a good salesperson. At least I'm not a good salesperson when I'm selling stuff that I'm selling for some reason. If I'm working for somebody, I can sell anything to anybody almost, but I don't know why I can't sell my own stuff. But they are good products, my friends. Those t-shirts, those hoodies, those coffee cups, you know, the coffee cups, all that stuff. It looks fantastic, my friends. We do stand behind it. And if you do purchase anything, please send in a photo of you with your shirt, your hoodie, your coffee cup, that sticker, whatever it might be. I want to know how you represent, because we already know you're gorgeous people. You're going to look great in this stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm cheesy, eh? Well, folks, I'm going to try to stop being super cheesy, but a little bit cheesy. I'm going to do a wrap-up. And you know what? I'm going to repeat something. We've got so many people in this group. So many people in this group, and it's amazing. We've got more people in this group than a lot of cities have population. So let's say it again. Funniest city on the internet, population you and I, funny people, funny place, and we make people laugh. Holy smokes, do we make people laugh. Been the whole plan the whole time is to make people laugh. For most of my 55 years on this planet, that's been my plan, is to try and make people laugh. And with your help, we're doing it on a huge scale, my friends. Thank you for making that happen. And you know, you make me laugh every day, so you make my day better every day. And you make a lot of people laugh, so you make a lot of people's days better. And just think about that. That's an amazing thing. And you're doing something amazing, so you are amazing, my friends. This whole darn group's amazing. And and it's humbling. It is humbling, but not so humbling that I'm not going to talk about it, right? I'm talking about it right now. But let's stop talking about it. Let's wrap things up. I'm going to be here again tomorrow. And I know there's a good group of you that are going to be here again tomorrow. Maybe we're going to have some new people. I really hope we do. But if we don't, we've got the greatest group already, the funniest group in the world, the funniest city on the internet. Folks, I am so happy that we've got this, that we built together. We'll see you again tomorrow, my friends. All the love.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I think it was funny.
Well, I thought 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 it was funny.